Welcome back. Will Worsham joins us now with this week's Speaking Legal Discussion. Always good to see you.
It's always good to be here.
Good.
Sorry I missed last week.
Well, you know.
Played a replay, right?
Yeah, nobody knew until now.
Oh, sorry, I let the cat out of the bag.
Gee, are you ready for the question?
Yeah, I'm live today.
Okay. Yes, that's what he's saying. Okay. My son was caught with illegal drugs several years ago and convicted. His conviction has made it difficult for him to find jobs. Is there anything that can be done since it's been several years?
Good question.
Yeah, you know, and as a matter of fact, there is. There didn't used to be. Well, there's always been something that you could do.
Yeah.
You could always apply to the governor's office for clemency, restoration of civil rights, things like that. That's always been the law.
But you still have that question. Have you ever been convicted of?
Right, but if you get executive clemency, then it's your pardon that's gone.
Okay.
And you don't have to check that box then?
No.
Oh, good.
No, that's kind of the benefit
Good.
of that.
Good. Well, that just helps you. So
Oh, okay.
that helps you if you can get. Woohoo! No longer checking that box, Will.
Oh, what was the question again? Never mind. No. But recently, we've got some expanded options. So Missouri actually used to be one of the most restrictive states on what we call expungement, which is where you have your record expunged or deleted or erased or obliterated or whatever term you want to put in there. It's called expungement. It's a legal term for that. Used to be the only thing that was allowed to be expunged in Missouri was a first-time conviction for driving while intoxicated.
That was it?
That was the only thing that was allowed to be expunged, and you had to wait 10 years from the date of your conviction, and in those 10 years, of course, you would have to have had no other what they call law enforcement, alcohol-related law enforcement contacts.
Right.
So you couldn't get an administrative suspension, even if you didn't, a subsequent conviction didn't occur, even if you really even if you got pulled over and tested over the limit and there was alcohol involved, then that would prevent you from being expunged. Well, yeah, you know, an open container would be an alcohol-related law enforcement contact. So, but they greatly expanded that, and now a lot of other charges can be expunged. Usually they're going to be offenses that don't have a victim involved. So if the offense that you were convicted of had a victim, and so those are things that we would normally think of, robbery, assaults, and some other you know, more insidious types of offenses, then those typically are not on the list, or they actually are on the list of things that cannot be expunged. But the law, what it really did was allowed people with minor offenses and or what they call victimless crimes, and I put that in air quotes because we can have a long debate about whether crimes are victimless or not, but where there's not an actual person that was directly impacted by the crime, like an assault or stealing or robbery. Those types of offenses, like a drug charge, can now be expunged in many circumstances if certain requirements are met, most significantly as a passage of some period of time. Sometimes as little as 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, well, what do you have to do to be able to pursue something like that, though?
You have to file a petition in the court to have it expunged. You have to name all of the people that you want to take off of the list. So that's usually prosecutors, judges, highway patrol, police departments, things like that, that might have a record of that occurrence. And you only get to do it one time. So you have to list any and all of the offenses that you want expunged in that petition. If you leave one off, it won't be expunged, and you can't come back later and ask for it to be expunged again. If you've already gotten expungement once in your life, you get convicted of a second offense, too bad. You've already gotten your expungement. So I guess one way to look at that is be sure you get all your crime committing out of the way.
Out of the way. What are the odds, though?
Keep track of all of them,
What are the odds of it actually getting approved?
It's highly likely it will be approved. I mean, that was the point of the statute, is if you meet the right criteria. I mean, the judge has discretion, but the idea is that if you meet the criteria and you've proven yourself rehabilitated, which is the general idea, then you can have your record expunged, and you don't have to deal with that anymore.
But this is something that is going to take time. It's not like it's going to happen
No, you have to file a
quickly.
petition. You have to have the opportunity for any of the other parties that you've named, including the Attorney General, to be able to step in and say, no, this person shouldn't have their record expunged most generally because they don't meet the requirements. Normally, if the opposing party, whoever that may be in that particular scenario, has no objection, they're just going to say, you know, Judge, you need to make sure that you're following the law when you enter this order.
And should somebody contact a lawyer to ask their advice?
Well, since you only get one shot at it, it's generally better to use a lawyer.
Yeah, like, is this an expungable offense?
You don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, absolutely. You can contact an attorney. Our office, we handle them. You can contact us, and we'll be happy to meet with you and go over your record and say, yeah, these are expungible or these are not expungible, and here's what we'd have to do to get it done for you.
Is it kind of black and white, or is a lot of it left to the discretion of the judge?
fairly black and white. I mean, like I said, it's always in the judge's discretion. But there's the statute that says this is the expungement procedure. This is this is how you go about it. But these are all the things that cannot be expunged. So unless your offense is on the list, the blacklist, so to speak, then yeah, you're absolutely well within your rights to file for the expungement, and you probably get it unless there's a good reason not to.
All right.
Good. Hope your son can get a job, man.
Right. All right. If you have a legal question for Will, you can email him at wersham@color10.com, and as you see, he'll answer your question on the show.
Because he's the smartest person we know, besides Bruce Porter.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
We'll duke it out later. Right?
Up next is Kelly's Pin of the Week. You don't want to miss what she's making, because I have no idea what she's making. Kelly, do you know? Okay, Ozarks Live will be right back.
It's a pin.